I left my awesome 3-day campsite in the BLM just below Sturgis and rolled down through the wonderful Black Hills towards Mount Rushmore. My mission this trip was to ride the iconic roads on Iron Mountain and the Needles Highway. I had ridden this same road back in 2017 on my schoolie adventure on my 650, and it was an amazing adventure back then, but I had no idea that I was missing Iron Mountain and the Needles Highway. So I was glad to be back exploring the area that I explored in 2017. I'm up in the Black Hills outside of Mount Rushmore. In fact, you can see Mount Rushmore through here. I'm on this crazy road, pigtail bridges, I think that's what they call them, but they're wooden bridges that do this spiraling insanity, and they go through, I think, 3 single-lane tunnels. So it's the second time I've ridden this. Well, no, this is the third time through, because it's kind of hard to believe. When my friend told me, she tried to describe this to me, and I think I'm trying to remember how she described it, but it didn't make any sense. Like spiraling bridges, what the heck are you talking about? I have no idea. What's wooden bridges? I mean, it's got a concrete platform, but it's got wooden trestles, and there's several of them, and they look like this doesn't look like a roadway. This looks like some kind of insanity that you see at some kind of a theme park. It doesn't look real, and that's what I've been riding here for a while. So but yeah, you will see the full version. There's 2 of these tunnels that point right to Mount Rushmore, and that's as close as I want to get to Mount Rushmore. So another update. a bit difficult to find a place to get away from people here, but this may be what I'm looking for. The overlook is on the other side, but it's covered up with people, and kind of don't like being in a state park or national park, and that's kind of what it's feeling like. But this is pretty freaking awesome. Maybe not as nice as the other overlook. I'm kind of keeping my eye out for a place to camp. I may go back down on the other side, but I also want to run down this way. Like if I can find a place, a gap in the freaking cars. Everybody's going like 12 miles an hour. I don't have to do 60, but I'd like to do 40. So I'm gonna wait for the gap in the cars. This is an extraordinary road. I can't believe I didn't ride this the last time I came through here. This is freaking extraordinary. And the corkscrew bridges, that's insane. Somebody actually thought, hey, we can go up this mountain, but we don't have to do switchbacks. We can just do corkscrews all the way up. Unbelievable. I had a hard time believing it when I heard it. Wooden bridges. Well, what I heard was corkscrew bridges all the way up, but it's just a series of bridges that create a corkscrew. Still, just as cool. Looking for a place to stealth camp along 16A on Iron Mountain, I stumbled into this service road, and it had a little turnoff here that maybe people had camped on before, but I decided to pitch my stealth camp right here in this spot. So yeah, there's the presidents. Not a big fan of Rushmore, mainly because all the people and pay to park. I'm going to see if I can finagle a parking space down here. Maybe I'll just park the bike and see if anybody comes along. What's the worst they can do? Hey, you got to leave? So I grabbed all my swinging and camping gear and headed up to the top of this rock face overlooking Mount Rushmore. But it turns out that one of the two trees that I was going to swing from was completely rotten and probably would have come down in the middle of the night on top of my head and killed me right there, while the presidents looked on. So I decided to scroll down to the bottom here. Not as good of a outlook, but wonderful tree setup. I'm not expecting moisture tonight, so no need to tarp. And I'm kind of a little bit uncomfortable with tarping anyway because I can't see my bike. Somebody pulls up, starts messing with my bike, Ranger, whatever. I don't want to act like I'm hiding because there's really, In order to hide in this spot, I would have to hide my bike. And sure, I could move that piece of wood out of the way, roll up here, tarp, get behind the tarp, but I think it's too much effort. I might get more trouble for going off-road with my motorcycle than I conceivably would stealth camping, and it's kind of what my concern is now. There's the first car I've seen in 20-30 minutes, so what does that tell you? Not much traffic, that's what it tells you. So I am filming a doe down there. You can't really see. She's in the center of the frame right there. There she goes. She's moving. She's real grainy because it's dark and I'm zoomed out on a camera phone. But I'm also filming with this guy, which has a much better lens and zoom and all that stuff. So, but she's been watching me for a while. She's not quite scared enough to bounce off like every deer in Alabama would. He's back to chomping. Yep, I'm still here. I'm not running up on you. Even though I would like to get closer. Is she scratching? What is she doing? Yeah, she was scratching her damn ear. How about that? So where's your friends? Is it just you? Where are you going? No, she's just having a good time. Yeah, that's unusual. A deer sees me back in Alabama, and I keep moving. That deer is gone. Ugh. 7:45. I slept really freaking good. I was expecting it to be cold, but it was pretty mild. I don't think it got down below 50. If it did, not much further. Temperatures fell really quick, which had me a little bit concerned, and as you can tell, it's just as quiet as when I went to bed. I don't know when they start flying those freaking choppers over here, but I can wait a few more hours. It would be really nice if they said, well, no choppers between 12 and 6, noon and 6. They stopped flying shortly after. It seemed like it's 6:15 they stopped flying. But man, they're so annoying. So, still really happy with my stealth spot. Not very stealthy if you think of it in terms of trying to hide from the street. But it's a very stealthy street. I think there's only 2 people came through here last night. Or actually the whole time I've been here, which was probably 5 o'clock or so. In front of Mount Rushmore. Right over there. I'm even filming it once again, see if I can get a better shot, because the sun's coming up in front of it. Who knows what we're going to get with the sun lighting it up instead of shadow. But it was a very nice evening at my stealth camp down below. I expected it to get really cold because the temperatures drop really quickly. I don't think it got down below mid-40s maybe. It was nice, and it was extremely quiet as it is right now. I'm the loudest thing out here, but I suspect in less than a few hours there's going to be a drove of people flying around this thing in helicopters, choppers, and then there's going to be the assholes on their choppers out here blipping up and down the road. In fact, one of the first vehicles I heard up here was some loud ass straight pipe dude lighting up the whole damn forest. So as soon as that starts, I'm bugging out. I've already started breaking camp. I'm drinking my coffee, that's a standard thing at my camp. I try not to move before I have my coffee because dangerous things happen if I do. So. if you haven't gotten the idea of how epic this road is and how dizzying some of these turns are, um, if you haven't gotten that idea by now, I don't know how to help you. I've cut about 2/3 of my footage out, and it's all pretty epic. I tried to leave most of the turns in, especially the bridges and the tunnels. I'm missing, I think, a couple of tunnels. I think there's actually 4 big tunnels um, on this section of road, and this is one of the one-way paths. The road splits into a divided road and goes up the hill. But I truly believe that if you like to ride motorcycles and you haven't been to South Dakota, this is just one of many reasons to visit. I've got more reasons in in the other videos that I've made so far, and more to come. But uh, if it's not just this road, I'm about to roll up into the Needles Highway, which I had not ridden either. And I would say it's just as epic, except there's too many damn people. And honestly, there was a lot of people on this road too, as you can see right here. I can imagine much, much more people than this. But Needles had a lot of traffic and a lot of slow-moving traffic and a lot of hikers, picture takers in the middle of the road, and I took a lot of that stuff out too. But sure is still worth the ride up here. I would ride 2,000 miles to ride this road, just because it's just one of those things that sticks in your mind forever. And I'm shocked that I didn't know about this road before I stayed with my host from Bunka Biker.